Hi, ladies! You're welcome to another edition of the Ladies Court TLC. It's such a great thing to be here again, and I'm so happy to host you once again on TLC. My name is Fire, and here's my true confession to you, all my followers and subscribers. You all are amazing, like seriously so amazing, and I give it to you. Okay, in the last edition of the Ladies Court, our topic was the last man standing, which was based on why you ended up with your husband, why I ended up with my husband, and what magic did they perform to qualify space, yes, to qualify for a space in our hearts. So basically for today, we will be asking a question, that is, should a lady be independent? Meanwhile, it is very crucial that I wish myself a very merry happy birthday in advance, as I'm an October babe. Yes, I'm an October babe. If you're an October celebrant, if you're an October born, let me see your hand up. Oh yeah, Jerome, okay. Okay, I celebrate myself and all October celebrators all over the globe. If you're watching this video, I am celebrating you just right now. So may our new year launch us into all-round freedom and blessings from heaven. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Alright, back to the business of today. Okay, so what is independence? Should a lady be independent? In what areas of life should a lady be allowed independence? And can the lady abuse her own independence? And of course, how can I, as a lady, become independent? And why do I need to be independent? Okay, so these are the questions we'll be asking today on TLC. Just sit back and enjoy yourself. I am your host, and remember, my name is Dulcie Fayol. To start with, what is independence? Because if you're talking about independent woman, independent lady, we need to know what independence is actually. Independence is a condition of a person, nation, country, or state in which its residents and population, or some portion thereof, exercise self-government and usually sovereignty over the territory. Of course, from Cambridge Dictionary, independence is defined as the ability to live your life, making your own decisions without being helped or influenced by other people. Now the question is, should a lady be independent? You all know what a lady is, yes? So, but like when I talk about ladies on this program, on this show, I refer to married women. Yes, I call them ladies, yeah. Okay, to answer that question, should a lady be independent? I would start by saying that it is a natural, desire of every human being, even animals, to be as free as freedom itself. But the unfortunate thing is, on account of the stern and desperate desire of man to rule over others, some have been made to believe, or brainwashed, yes, to believe that they are inferior when placed side by side with their equals. But the fact is that God created all of us and commanded us to dominate the earth. And that injunction, the last I checked, did not sideline girls, ladies, and women. In consequence of this, I will then submit that a lady has every right, every right, to be independent, even though we live in such a world where patriarchy has been the normal since the dawn of our species as ladies. Nevertheless, change is already taking its course at a very fast rate over the years, and I know you will be a witness to that. So as much as the man really wants to be in charge, the lady also is not left out. So in what areas, therefore, do we expect a lady to be free? The freedom of human beings is meant to be all-encompassing, and whatever gives a man the right to life also awards same for his women counterparts. So she should be allowed the right to associate, freedom of movement, right to work, equality before the law, right to participate and be involved in the society at large, and of course freedom of choices. But yet, she is constantly bombarded with discriminations at almost every corner. However, the good news now is that women in the recent ages have stylishly left the valley to the era of being involved in a lot of sensitive parts of the society. Talk of family, religious settings, politics, education, and more. And that has been made possible at last because our men saw reasons why we need to be involved and supported us, and still doing so. Thanks to our men, God bless all of you, our fathers, husbands, and brothers. Okay, yeah. Being independent as a lady equally means you are a strong lady. Yes, you're a strong lady. And it means that you are able to find happiness on your own. It means you have self-confidence without having to rely on another person or society for validation. It means emotional independence, being able to have healthy relationships with others without falling into codependent patterns. It also means learning to express who you are at your core, whether you are shy and soft-spoken or loud and assertive. It doesn't really matter. The fact is, you are a lady and you are independent, courageous, and of course, you are bold. You don't need to fitting into people's standard or idea of who you are supposed to be or who they think you are. You know yourself and you stand by yourself. In some other contexts, independent lady or woman is one who pays our own bills. I know that is really what a lot of us would think when I talk about independence, but like we can't shy away from it. So you pay your bills yourself, she buys her own things and does not allow a man to affect her stability or self-confidence. She supports herself entirely on her own and is proud to be able to do so. Yes, she's really proud of who she is. She knows where she is and where she is heading. Yes, that's a confident woman, and of course, a woman who is independent. So with this kind of cost of living, that the current generation has put up with and has actually landed all of us. Financial independence is the ability to earn one's own living. It is very, very important also for every individual to be financially independent, and of course, more so the women, the ladies. In many parts of the world, like Africa, men and women are efficient homemakers and their careers take a backseat. When they enter motherhood, that's really serious. Like almost every woman has the tendency of going into that, but like you have to say no, a capital no to that. And when the domestic needs overcome their career goals, what starts as a maternity break for so many women stretch into a break in career in the end. And of course, a lot of them really did not have the opportunity or have not had the opportunity to go back into their career since motherhood started for them. However, a second thought is crucially needed on this matter, like a matter like this. So, if I, as a lady, need to be independent, how do I go about it? But before then, let's see into why. At least it is important for us ladies to know why we need to be independent, to enable us take it more seriously and to actually take it to the next level. Basically, since this is about married ladies, it will emphasize more on financial independence, as this controls a lot of things in our lives. A financially balanced lady will most times be in control of virtually every other aspect of her life. Talk of finance, talk of making herself happy, and a couple of them. Now, it is very important for you to be financially, empowered, to be financially balanced or financially, independent, because it helps you to choose. It helps you with the power to choose. Your power of choice is activated immediately you become financially, independent, because like virtually everything around you, you'll be controlling it by yourself and for yourself. In short, for others. So being financially independent gives you the power to choose. You choose to live the way you want. There is nothing more liberating and empowering than being able to support yourself and, of course, your entire family. And money, as some may say, lies at the root of gender roles. If you have money, if you check the society very well, you have money. They want to make you one, they want to give you one position or the other wherever you find yourself. So that is what are we talking about? That is what is obtainable in the society. So financial independence can be a saving grace in most unfortunate situations. A woman in an abusive marriage will continue to hold on and endure at the detriment of her life and peace If she's completely dependent on her husband and has no means to care for herself, even though for the umpteenth time, we hear a couple of such women say that they are staying put in the marriage, the abusive marriage, because of the children's future. But maybe they have not taken time to ask themselves the question of what happens if this abusive marriage claims their lives? Will the children not live their lives after they are gone? Well, that seriously needs a deeper thought, my amiable ladies. Anyways, financial independence might not magically solve all your problems as a lady, even as a man, yes. But because you're talking about ladies here, let me concentrate on ladies. Financial independence might not magically solve all your problems. It will definitely make things easier to deal with for you. Then, financial independence also gives you some sense of self worth. Monetary worth is linked to self-worth and self-confidence. Like you check ladies around that are really, well-to-do. I mean, they're in control of money, and you would find out that a couple of them really always have self-confidence and they know their self-worth. Even though money is not everything, but like it answers to many things. Even the Bible says it. Women who have the ability to support themselves and their family also have the ability to command respect and equality in both their professional and personal relationships. Leslie Bennett, in her highly controversial book, The Feminine Mistake, Are We Giving Up Too Much? I mean, she talks about how women who give up their career to raise children, as I said earlier, also give up financial independence and the scope to realize their full potential. I said it earlier that some women, once they get into motherhood, they just jettison their career, their the dreams they have been nurturing before they got married, and of course it just goes that way and it dies down, like it dies. So while this may not be accurate for many people, one point in Bennett's argument rings true. Women who have been out of the workforce for many years and want to re-enter the field, later on, face a lot of difficulty going back to their chosen field, or at least to the position they were in when they left, when motherhood started, when they got married, and of course, a lot of excuses. So, which can have a lasting effect on their self-esteem. So, the reason why I really do not give in to women being full as wife, I will still talk on that in one of the episodes I have in the future. And of course, Mary Gresham, a psychologist in Atlanta specializing in money issues, says that financial dependency can damage a woman's self-esteem and in turn can be destructive to the relationship. Yes, you can see it all around in our society, even here in Africa. And I want to believe it's everywhere as well. If you are not financially buoyant, be you man, be you woman, it can cause a lot of problems in your relationship. So she says as well, over time, the earner starts to act more like a parent. You know that. And the dependent begins to feel like, and of course, acts more childlike because money is so essential in the society. So that's how it is. If you're not earning anything for yourself, you look like a slave to the person that is giving you money. Yeah, so even the Bible says it that a borrower is a slave to the lender. So which one do you want to be? Woman? Why do I need to be independent? It is very, very important for me as a lady to be independent because of some unforeseen emergencies. Now, Howard Ruff says, it wasn't rainy when Noah built the ark. You can relate with that, right? So you have to, save for the rainy day. So we don't know what the future holds for us, and it's important to be prepared for it. I mean, I think that is really explicit enough. I don't need to go into details on that. So you have to be independent as a woman, as a lady. Do something that is bringing in money for you and just be cool with yourself. So misfortunes in life resulting from divorce and sudden demise, as we see in some homes, unemployment or illness of a spouse, can be infinitely more difficult for a woman who, after years or even decades of being dependent on the husband, is suddenly left to fend for herself. Okay, so that can be a very, very difficult situation, and I bet you don't want to find yourself in such a situation, so you need to do something fast. Women must learn to rely on themselves. We need to start talking about money, taking steps, you know, to make sure money comes into your hand outside your husband's purse, and start taking concrete steps. In your journey towards becoming financially independent. It is also very important for you, for me, to be independent as ladies, because we deserve happiness, so that we can find the happiness outside somebody's dictations. So, each one of us is entitled to be happy. Like, we are all entitled to happiness. Unfortunately, in today's world, many of the things that make us happy cost money. Cost money. You want to build a house, you want to build a house, you need money. You want to buy a car, you need money. You want to buy clothes for yourself, even, you need money. You want to get shoes, some footwears for yourself, nice ones, you need money. So this is one of the reasons why we must not rest on our oars. We need to stand up to the challenges of life as ladies and make life easy for ourselves. In short, if we do that, no man will be able to treat you like a shit. You need to be a support system for your husband as a lady. So, you can do things for yourself, make life easy for yourself with or without your husband if you do that. So, dare to be an asset and not a responsibility to your husband and your children. It's very possible, and we need to start doing that. So, taking the pressure off your spouse is another reason why you need to be independent as a lady. Financially independent, yes, and of course emotionally independent. Is not only financial, but like I just mentioned when I started, that we will be putting more emphasis on financial independence, because we need to be empowered as ladies. When you are financially independent, you put the pressure off your spouse. Usually and ideally, it is believed that the woman is not under societal pressure to provide for the family. We can choose not to work because it is socially acceptable for a woman to be a homemaker. But men generally don't have the choice. They are the primary breadwinners in the family by default, and are, expected to do whatever it takes to support their families. Even if it means working on 2 or 3 jobs or more. Practically speaking, it is financially unreasonable for an entire family to depend on only one person, Not only does it put a lot of pressure on the earner, on the earning member, that is the person that is bringing the money into the family, it also puts a cloud of uncertainty over the dependent members, that is the people that are always waiting for the money to come, should any crisis arise. So just as my amiable and knowledgeable Mrs. Funke Felix Adejumo will always say, it is suicidal for a man to have only one source of income. And I'm also adding this to it, that it is equally deadly and destructive for a woman not to have any means of income away from her husband's pockets. Yes, quote me, my name is Dosifayo, and I said that, adding to what Mrs. Funke Felix Adejumo will always say. So whatever the reason may be, becoming financially independent is one of the best things that can happen to a woman in her entire life. So to preempt emergency is also one reason why a woman should be independent. It is very, very pertinent for every family to be prepared for contingencies. Layoffs are more frequent nowadays. No job is super secure or promising. So if the husband is the only breadwinner, the only person, the only source of income in the family, then there is every reason to worry for such family. To meet the rising cost of living is another reason why we need to be independent as ladies. Inflation, as we all know, has risen notably in the last few decades, and it's really rising even the more. Like recently, there was lockdown because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and the way it is now, every day you get to the market and things are really rising. The prices of things are really rising crazily. So to own a decent home, to send your children to a good school, to live above average standard of living, it has become really very hard. Hence, 2-income households certainly fare better in scenarios like this. And this is the reason why women, who are financially independent, can not only contribute to the everyday expenses of the household, but also help to meet the family's financial goals, as well as relieve the husband to some reasonable extent. And then the last reason why you need to be independent, you could add your own after watching this video, because I may not, touch everything. So to be a role model is another reason why you need to be financially independent as a woman. A woman who can support the family financially, her husband, I mean, the children, then support financially, socially, emotionally, and so on, is a role model for the children. I tell you, the children would always look at the woman and say, no, mommy is like the best. You understand? So she's going to be a role model for our children to show them that gender bias is created by the society and doesn't mean anything when a woman is strong and independent, of course, confident. If your children, see you as a mother, that you are independent financially, they will also understand the value of money and be inspired to be self-sufficient in life when they grow up. They will always follow your footsteps. They will always want to do like you, because they will know that, yes, my mommy is always, confident, like bold woman. A lot of things they will say about you as their mother if you are self-sufficient. And I won't forget to add this: if you are financially independent as a lady, oh my God, I tell you, you earn your husband's respect. Yes, I know there are a couple of husbands out there, even though their wife is earning money, and some of them do not even have job doing. Their wife gives them money, but like seriously, they will still abuse her, they will beat her, like. But those ones, I don't have anything to say to them. But like responsible husbands, they see their wife earning money, supporting them, they respect their wife. Like, they can't joke with their wives. Such wives earn their husband's respect and the children's respect, of course. So having looked into, the why from my own port of knowledge and, from research and other sources, some voices of wisdom also have this to say. Listen to them and I will be back.
Should a lady be independent? Yes, it is wisdom, especially in the area of the finances. The Bible says the woman is the helpmate for a man. So it is better for the woman to be financially independent so that she can be able to support the family and also to be the true help which God has designed her to be. She doesn't have to wait for the husband to get home before she can attend to little things around the house. As a matter of fact, it is the best. It will even save a lot of headache that would have come up as a result of being without money. So it is good, very okay, for the lady to be independent. Thank you.
My name is Adetutu Filippo Idele. The question before me is, can a woman be independent? A woman can be independent for two major reasons: for stability and for self-confidence. That means you don't rely on people to get things done in the home. As an independent married woman, you are able to give your own contributions to the family, to support your spouse in one way or the other. In that way, you even earn more respect. That is if you don't allow pride to set in, because when pride sets in as an independent woman, you have abused that right of being an independent woman. In the society too, in your workplace, you get things done with little or no supervision. You are on top of your game, you get things done, you do things. And we find cases of women that even stay in an abusive relationship because they are totally dependent on the man, because they know that once they leave the relationship, they are not able to stand on their own. So it's good for a woman to be independent. Thank you very much.
From those wonderful ladies you just listened to, you will agree with me by now that it is of utmost importance for a lady to be independent. And to wrap up this epic episode, let me quickly take you into how you can become independent as a lady. A few years ago, we just entered into the new year, and as the normal thing to do for a fresh year, I sat down and talked to myself, and the resolution I resolved into for the year was that this year and beyond, I will never wait for anyone's validation before I can be happy. To be myself, before I can take decisions for myself, and of course, all that represents me. As long as it is right and I'm convinced it is, I just go for it and it is settled. Wow, this has been having a really ripple effect on me so positively. I made the decision and I've been following it, and like it's been helping me a whole lot. So this is one way you can become independent in life, not only financially. You take decisions for yourself, you stand your ground. When you say this is what I want to do, you do it, follow your mind, and of course, be right. Yes, be right. You don't need anyone to talk you down or design a pattern after which you should live your life. If you allow that to happen, they become a small god in your life, and by the time you want to break off from them, it may have been too late because they would have gone really far with you. So be responsible for your life. So if you must be independent, another thing you should do is speak your mind out. Anytime, anywhere you find yourself, speak out, speak your mind. You don't have to be rude. I said it in the first episode of this show that if you are a lady, you speak ladylike, you talk ladylike, you act ladylike. So you don't have to be rude about it, but you can always speak out your mind with confidence and express your feelings with honesty. So this is a necessary trait to develop in the present world we find ourselves. So wherever you are, where everyone is free to speak and express themselves, you should also be able to do that if you want to be independent in life. Yes, you need to do that. Then, of course, make your identity known. Never allow identity crisis in your life. Never lose your identity for anything. Be yourself. You don't need support of anyone to be you. Yes, God created you unique. God created you as you, not as me. God created me, not as you. So we have to take it up and, of course, be ourselves. Be yourself, and you need to always portray that anywhere, any day, anytime, wherever you go. Another way you can be independent is to learn to be relaxed. Yes, be relaxed. Yes, you will be able to tackle any situation only when you have a calm mind and you are relaxed in any case, anytime. So even if you're faced with tough situations, try to keep your calm. Try to take a deep breath. Yes, be prepared all the time. Yes, be prepared for the roadblocks coming ahead. So prepare for the worst as a lady. That way it will not, come to you unawares. Lay your hand on anything you can do as well. That is anything legitimate that can bring money to you, and be professional in whatever you set out to do. Don't be mediocre. Yeah. So be professional about anything you do, and people who will need your service will come one day and, of course, ask for it. So don't count on others to pay your bills, even if it is nothing, so big. If you always try to do things by paying your own bills by yourself. You can even pay for others. It doesn't take anything away from you as long as you have the money. So this would help you to handle your finances efficiently and save some money too. It will help you gain other people's respect as well. When you pay bills for other people, you know how they respect you now. If you're in that shoe, let me see your hand up. Yes. Create your path. It's another important thing to do. If you must, gain your independence as a lady. Always remember that you are unique, creature of God, and it's good to be upbeat. Yes, sometimes it's good to be upbeat. When everybody's dancing in this direction, you're dancing to the beats. It's good to be upbeat sometimes. Just carve a niche for yourself. Create your own path differently than others. You don't have to follow the crowd. Chase your dreams. You have a different dream from my own. So chase your own dream. Even if the way leading to the fulfillment of those goals is different from usual, you just chase it as long as you have peace in your mind that you get there. So never be afraid to get what you want. Fly high and be keen to follow the new path that you find for yourself. So everyone will respect you for that, trust me, and take you seriously. Be brave. That's another way you can be independent as a lady. Be brave. It's not everything that comes your way that bothers you or you cry over. And of course, you don't have to overreact. When you are faced with any challenge in life. So it shows you're weak if you overreact and cry at every slightest provocation. So be brave for your situation and never seek attention through tears. Yes, it doesn't really portray you as a matured lady. It creates a bad image of you. So never drop your level, as it would decrease your confidence in yourself too. So be what you are always. People are talking about you does not mean you should not, tone down your level of, self-worth. You don't need that. So be yourself and stand by it. Understand and recognize your potential. Once you do that, you would never be put You never put yourself in a low level, and you not box yourself there. Be fearless in every manner, and soon you will see no one will underestimate your power as an independent woman. So no unrealistic expectations. Like, a lot of times we expect too much from people, and that's why we feel disappointed when they do some things, for us or to us. Never keep unrealistic expectations. It hurts. Don't trust someone too quickly and too much. Yes, so if the person breaks your heart, you would be scattered into pieces. So always be there for yourself and others, and never be dependent on others. So fend for yourself, trust yourself, love yourself. Do everything for yourself and remain independent. It's also pertinent to know that if you must be independent as a woman or as a lady, you must value time. Time, they say, is money. Okay, so, and money is very important in your life. All right, so, and of course, a lot of people will also say time is life. Yes, so an independent woman is clear about time and how to manage time for work and personal life. She's clear about what to do and what not to do at what time. So always take time seriously and value your time. Yes, an independent woman would also learn to bounce back. Everyone faces problems and issues in life. That is life. And then I started hearing people say life is not balanced. I trust that anyways. Like, I'm going to say yes to that in some aspect. Life is not balanced, so it might actually throw a lot of things at you in your face, but that doesn't mean you should remain stuck to that problem forever. A lot of times we may be down with some things that have actually come on us so suddenly. Sometimes we have even preempted them, but like, we didn't believe they could actually come. So if you have any problem, you encounter any problem, make sure to bounce back from it. Don't let it weigh you down. Don't let it pull you down. Don't let it actually track you down. Show the world that you're a strong woman. If you are the reason for the problem, then it is only you, and you must like tackle it. Don't let it break you down. Something Pastor Deboye has taught me over the year is that there are a lot of things you can do with your mountain. You can actually strike it. You can jump over it. You can sit on it. A lot of things you can do on your mountain. So don't just let the mountain overcome you. You must learn to overcome the mountain. Another one is you should value yourself. Know your value. There are a lot of people that really want to bullshit you. They want to just treat you just anyhow. It depends on you. If you give them the go ahead, they will do it and even overstep their boundaries. Like, more than you've given them the boundaries. More than you've given them to do, they will do for you. So there are many, there may be situations in life when someone else would try to make you fall, lose your power of independence, or make you feel like you're nobody, make you feel less of yourself. So don't surrender to such people. They can be very, very deadly. Yes, so stand your ground and know your identity, and know how priceless you are, and follow it through. So moving towards the end of the list, you should also learn to pamper yourself if you must be independent as a lady. Being independent as a lady doesn't only need courage, it needs good health and strength as well. So take care of yourself, pamper yourself, and stay happy from inside. Whatever is inside of you actually always reflects on the outside. And my Yoruba will say, pardon me for that. Whatever the bird takes in is what will strengthen the bird to fly. All right, so you should be able to take good care of yourself and look good for yourself, and it is about caring for your body and health. Have time for yourself. That you have children does not mean you should not have time for yourself. You must be fulfilled as a woman, and that way your children will be proud of you in the future. So never stop learning. That's another one. Never stop learning. We learn every day, and anyone who stops learning starts dying. Learning is a continuous process, and one cannot gain all the knowledge in the world. You cannot be an island of knowledge. You can't learn everything in one day, and you continue learning till you die. So it's a never-ending process. You are still a work in progress. Don't believe that you know everything now and stop learning. It is very dangerous. So be versed with many things. You must not stop learning if you must be an independent woman. When people talk, you must be able to say, yes, I know about it too. You must have good knowledge of things, of several topics. Don't stop learning. So the last one I'll be talking about is support other women. It's not a crime to support people. I said it earlier that when you support people, when you pay people's bills, they respect you for that and they value you. When you are not there, they miss you. So what is somebody missing you for? What are people missing you for? So too often women are shamed, judged, and put down by other women. But like, it's time for us to stand up and start encouraging ourselves, supporting ourselves. Let's take it to the level where men, even men, start envying us. You know we can do that. We can achieve it. I'm not a feminist, but I just need to talk to my fellow ladies out there on how to be independent. So in conclusion, it is very possible to abuse independence. Yes, because I asked the question, can a lady abuse the independence she's been given? Yes, it is very, very possible for you to abuse the independence you have. So if you allow pride, just as one of my guests rightly mentioned, if you allow pride to set in, you abuse the independence. I mean, you begin to get proud to your husband, to your boss at work, to everyone around you. So independent women have much self-control. It is about controlling emotions, finances, time, and life. So being in control of choices, decisions, and lifestyles act as a massive boost to a woman's self-esteem and confidence. So self-control is a great virtue. It is really a very, very great virtue, and you need to possess it. I need to possess it. We need it in our society. Because you are independent does not give you the license to talk to your husband anyhow, to talk to the people around you anyhow, or to just tongue lash anybody as you feel. You know, that you are paying somebody's bill does not mean you should treat them like they are nobody. You know, the condition is permanent, as we always hear, and you should put that in your heart, because life is just like a ball. It rolls to anyone it wants to. Sometimes it rolls to some people in the positive, it rolls to some people in the negative. But now it has rolled to you in the positive. Treat other people very well and like they are important as well. Use your independence as a lady wisely. This is where I'll be saying a goodbye on this show today. Thank you so much for joining me on the Ladies Court. I call it TLC. And today's topic, should a lady be independent? I guess that's been interesting and insightful. To you. Thank you so much for being a part of this today. And I'll see you again in the next edition. My name remains the Sapphire. Catch you on the other side. Bye bye for now.